Hi everyone! So this week I wanted to do a different type of video for you guys instead of a vlog. I'm going to do a long form taste test video. I love Asian chips and I especially love spicy food. So when I see spicy Asian chips, I just love them because a lot of the flavors are like represents Asian dishes. And if there's an option to choose spicy chips over non-spicy chips, I always pick the spicy one. So this week I'm going to do a long form spicy Asian chips test video for you guys, and hopefully you guys will like it. Yeah, let's go eat. So I have a sad news. I did the whole chip series thinking that my mic was working, but it was not. So when I tried to put it in and to edit, I realized none of the sound got captured. My video was recording fine, but I don't have any of the sound. So I decided I have to do this all over again, but I won't be able to open any of the chip bag because, well, I can like add in the videos of me struggling with the chip bags, but then there will be no sound of opening it. So that's the sad part. But anyways, let's just do this all over again. First chip I'm gonna refill is the Calgary Yulong. Calgary is a Calorie in Cantonese. Calorie has been around for many years, like since I think I started eating chips when I was young. Like this brand was already around. Yulong is my favorite out of all the flavors there is, aside from the BBQ flavor. I never get to eat the Yulong flavor when I was young because Yulong is spicy, so my mom would never buy that for me. But as I'm older now, I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions. So now I really like Yulong. One of the reasons why I really like Yulong is because you can tell the chip is actually quite thin. Calorie's chips are all really thin, which I love. I would say like it's even like crispier than Lay's. So that's something that I really like. So let's try this one. I feel that this Yulong is not like a super spicy chip. Like I can eat this whole bag without feeling like too spicy, but it's like obviously as you eat it, it gets spicier. But like say I would give 5 out of 10 for spiciness, but I actually eat very spicy, so that might be why like I feel like this is not spicy enough. The profile, like the texture and the flavor combination for this chip is so good. Their spicy like spices are very fragrant and it tastes like really good with like the thin, like the crispy thinness of their chip. I don't know, I always just like thinner chips. I'm not into like super thick chips. And this is the second chips. This one is a Calorie Seizu 麻辣豆腐味薯片. So this is mapo tofu in like chip flavor. Their chip has actually a different texture too. It's ruffle chips. So it's like ruffle. This one doesn't really taste like mapo tofu. I feel like mapo tofu should have that. It has like a very faint flavor of the tofu flavor. So it has this like faint like dao banjiang, which is the sauce that you put to make mapo tofu. So it has that flavor in it. But it's not spicy like at all. Like it smells like Seichu mapo tofu, but it doesn't taste like that kind of spiciness. Or just maybe when I order mapo tofu, it's like super spicy, but it's not spicy enough. So this spiciness would be like 1 out of 10. It's not very spicy. Profile wise, I feel like it doesn't represent mapo tofu enough. Like when I eat it on the first bite, I think if I don't look at the package, I would not be able to tell this is actually mapo tofu chips. So I would say this is like a 4. And I also don't like ruffle chips, like texture chips a lot because they tend to be really hard. But this is definitely not as hard as actually like Ruffles. So overall, I would rate this chip like a 4, or yeah, because it just doesn't represent what I thought it would taste like. Next is Sanzan 花椒口水雞味. This is chicken with chili oil flavor. Sanzan is actually a very strong competition to Calgary in Hong Kong. I actually don't eat a lot of chips from them, but last time I saw this very interesting flavor one. It's like Yoni Zhanghao, but I didn't try it yet. This is gonna be. It actually smells like the 花椒. 花椒 is like the peppercorn, I think, in like a lot of spicy food, Chinese spicy food, and that's what actually gives you that tingly feeling on your tongue. So let's try this one. These are thin chips also. This chip is good. It actually tastes like 口水雞. Definitely some tingly feeling in my in my throat, and I can taste the 花椒. This is actually pretty good, and this is more spicy than the last two that I've just eaten. I would give this like maybe a 7 for spiciness, because it has a tingly spiciness that kind of stays in your throat, in your mouth. And flavor wise, I would give this like a 8 or 9, because it actually tastes like 口水雞. It has that flavor that when you eat that chicken dish, it's like same kind of spicy, tingly, and the same type of fragrance. So it's a pretty good imitation of 花椒口水雞. And this one is, so this is also from Calgary. This is Sokkasu. So the chip itself is actually made of corn. My mom loves this chip. Now I start to grow to love it, like as I get older, because it has a lot of like really nice corn flavor. But I think when I was young, I just wanted a lot of MSG flavor, which this one didn't do. This one is the 香辣味. I usually buy their original flavor. So I've never tried this spicy flavor. They kind of look like Cheetos, like this. And they're like textures of Cheetos. It's not very spicy. Like spicy profile would be like at a 3. The chip itself, like the actual corn chip itself, is a little bit sweet, and then their spices work really well with this like perfect sweetness to the chip. So it's like the perfect combination of like the balance of spicy, the texture, plus the sweetness. I like this. For profile wise, I would give this like a 8. Okay, next one is, I found this super spicy, it's called the Extreme Bell Duck. This brand is the brand that sells like the super spicy instant noodle, and I'm sure you've seen it, like people trying this and then like they're dying. So I saw this when I was at this Korean market, and then it just looks like so good. Plus it says like 2 times spicy, and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be like super spicy. So I wanted to try it for this video. It's just like in a churro shape. But is this supposed to taste like tteokbokki or something? It's sweet. This is actually spicy. And the spicy stays in your mouth. It's not like the tingly kind, it's actually like spicy. Okay, now it's like in my throat. So this one is pretty spicy. Like spicy level would be 9 or 10. Definitely, I feel like I cannot continue to eat this without drinking anything. The flavor is fine. I can't really tell what like flavor it's supposed to be. I mean, it has this like little tteokbokki looking dish over here. I don't know, it doesn't really taste like tteokbokki. Oh my god, it's spicy. It stays in my mouth. Because it's so spicy, like I feel like I don't know what flavor I'm supposed to be eating. It's supposed to be hot chicken flavor seasoning. The whole thing is spicy. So flavor profile, I would just give it like a 7 or 8. It's a little bit sweet, but then the texture of the chip is really nice. And it's like super spicy. Oh, I feel it in my stomach. Next is 可乐果. So 可乐果 is like a super popular Taiwanese pea crackers, but technically they are chips. This one, it says 超级辣, so it means extreme spicy. I always like 可乐果. 可乐果 has a lot of different kind of flavors. I always like their basil one. It's so good. So when I saw this, I decided to buy it for this video because I wanted like more spicy chips. So let's try. So the pea cracker actually looks like this. It is not in chip form, but they're like super crunchy, and then I feel like this texture actually can like keep a lot of flavors, but you have to be careful. Sometimes it might cut your mouth. Lots of garlic powder. What do I call this? Spicy? I guess this is a little bit spicy. Like, so spicy profile would be at like a 3 maybe. It's quite mild, but I feel like a lot of like Taiwanese dishes are not like super spicy. I think compared to Chinese dishes, like I tried Taiwanese dishes before Chinese dishes, like spicy ones. I feel like, oh, Taiwanese food are so spicy. But like once you have hit like Chinese like Sichuan dishes, okay, that's like Taiwanese spicy. It's not even close to the Chinese spicy that you eat. I like the texture of this chip. I also like the flavor because 可乐 will always have a lot of garlicky flavor, which I really, really like. So I would rate the profile of that chip like a 7. So this one is 御膳麻辣锅. So 御膳 is like, it's like Chinese medicine basically. So flavors like dong guai and I don't know, it's like this Chinese herb hot pot that you can eat. If you go to a hot pot place, they have like a soup base that's made of like Chinese herbs. This one, air corn, it has like 4 layers of like their chip. I had their corn flavor one. That one was really good. Like the texture is really nice. So that's why I decided to try this one. And then you can see here that the chip has like 4 layers. So it makes it like super crunchy. So the chip actually has a lot of Chinese herb flavor. It's not very spicy. Like the spicy would be like a 2. I feel like almost like a 1. Can't really taste the spiciness at all. But maybe as you eat it, it becomes spicier. But it has that like Chinese herb flavor. So if you don't like Chinese herbs, this might not be the chip for you because it actually represents a little bit of that flavor. And I feel like it's not spicy enough because I think if it's spicy enough, then it will balance the Chinese herb flavor fine. But this chip is made, it says here, this chip is made of 80% corn flour. Maybe you'll feel a little bit less bad because you're not eating a potato chip. It's overall, I really like the texture of this chip, so I would give this like a 7 for overall profile, but for spiciness it would only be like a 1.5 2 because it's definitely not spicy enough. This one is called Yoni Zhanghao. It is actually a squid flavored fish snack, so it is not a squid snack. This one is a Mexican spicy. Oh, it's very little chips. And it's like, it kind of looks like those fish snack chips. Fish snack chips are really, really good. But if you're not into fishy snacks, then they're not good for you. It actually has that chipotle flavor. And it's very like fishy. It says it's squid flavor fish snack, but it still tastes like fish snack. I don't taste any like squid flavor. The chip itself is quite hard. So I would be careful when I eat, like when you eat this, you might cut yourself. I've cut myself eating chips before. I know. But chips are hard, okay? So sometimes you'll cut yourself. I like the AAA flavor because it actually tastes like that in like the first bite. It doesn't smell like it though, but when you put it in your mouth, like that's all you can taste. So I would say the profile flavor is at like 8 because it actually represents the flavor that they're saying. It's definitely not spicy. Like I think their spicy is like 3. And also just a reminder, this is quite a fishy chip. So if you don't like fishy snacks, this chip would not be for you. So this concludes my chip tasting part 1. I realized I actually bought a lot of chips. Like I bought 14 bags of chips in total. So I'm not able to try them all at once and put them all in one video, or else the video will be like 30 minutes long. So this is finish of part 1. Part 2 will be coming next week. If you like these type of content or you have better Asian chips for me to try, please comment below, like and subscribe. Thank you.